Donald Trump may have just exposed how bad the Puerto Rican economy actually is. I'm currently on the island. I live in Texas, but I decided to come to Puerto Rico to come visit my family. And in the meantime, while we're getting ready to go out or whatever, I've been watching the news, right? And there's a lot of coverage about the whole SNAP benefits ending and their Puerto Rican's version of SNAP, which is PAN, right? Which is Program for Nutritional Assistance. And one of the figures that they threw out there is that 51% of Puerto Ricans are on SNAP, right? And I thought, I'm like, that's bullshit. There's no way that 51% of people here are on food stamps. So I decided to look it up, and it's 100% true. 51% of Puerto Ricans are on food stamps. Now I know what you might be thinking, like, oh, that's just government mooching. That's just government, like people mooching off the government. No, bro. 71% of people in the island currently have some sort of employment, whether it's full time, part time, whether it's one person in the household that works full time, and then the other, like the man works and the woman doesn't, something like that. It's not that they're completely unemployed. These are people that are working full time and still can't afford basic food, like basic necessities, that they need to be on some sort of government assistance. Like that shit is crazy because in other states it's like 17%. Like it's baffling how many people are either out of job or they're working under the table, right? So they don't report that they have a job because if they report that they have a job, it'll probably put them over the limit and they won't get the benefit. So now they're poorer than if they didn't report it, right? Like it happens in the states too, where people don't report that they work, so that way they don't go over the limit, so they will take away the food stamps. But one of the problems is that people are saying like, oh, how can Trump do this? Like, how can he hurt so many people? And the reality is that you should be asking yourself, like, how the hell is it that we became a country that is so dependent on the federal government that without it, 50% of our people can't afford basic necessities? Like, if I was living in the island right now, that would be my questioning. I'll be like, dude, I need to get myself in a position where I don't depend on the government, because if for some reason someday they decide to turn up the switch and they say, you know what, no more food stamps for everybody, we'd be screwed, dude. Like we as a country, we would be completely under. Like everything was shut down, and it's just it's unfathomable, dude. Like to be so dependent. And the thing is, there are states that I'm sure are kind of in the same position that we are, but because they're states, they'll forever get government assistance, right? They'll get help from the federal government. We're not really a state. We're not really independent either. But I think the best option for Puerto Rico is to start looking for ways to make enough money for themselves so that if the federal government someday decides to say toodles, we're not completely on our own. Like we're not completely screwed, and we don't have to build from the bottom up. Like that we're already set. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, dude. Like something needs to break before it gets fixed, because and this might be the catalyst for people to realize, like, dude, we're living in a dream. Like, wake up, because this shit ain't forever. Just it's crazy. Like it's crazy.